Let me know if you guys can hear this. Hey Deb, let me know if you can hear me okay, yeah? Who is in the house? How's your day been, Deb? Let me know if you can hear me okay. Ah, can you hear me okay? How the devil are you people? Just give us a little shout to say if you can hear me or not, okay? I'm not sure. Yeah, got it. Perfect. Okay, so just come straight off of an Instagram live as well. So, yeah, brilliant. So, this was staying active during lockdown. A lot of people, find it hard, especially motivation wise. Yeah, it's. Let me know, especially if there's anyone in here. Let me know what you're struggling with. Hi, Francesca. How are you? Who is managing to stay active? Who's suffering with it? Let's have a look. There's so many different tips and tricks we can try. How's everyone finding lockdown, by the way? It's a weird time. It's a weird time, but hopefully you're making the most out of it. And if you're not, if you're having some lazy days, that's cool too. Lack of motivation, yeah. So basically, I just did an Instagram live. I've just had about 20 people saying the same thing. So you're not alone. Don't worry, you're not alone. I also got kicked off for playing music. Whereabouts is everyone from? Are we all sort of local, sort of Northampton, or? I have to excuse the lockdown corona hair. Okay, so some ideas to juggle fitness and young kids. Literally juggling them. Okay, so obviously you're not going to have a lot of time to yourself with a young family. Involve them. That's one of the best things I can say. So, instead of trying to isolate yourself and giving yourself, I know it's that your you time. involve them. So, you know, depending on how much they weigh and stuff, you could pick them up, you can use them to like squat with, you can, you know, do games in the garden, even in the living room. One of the things I like doing with things like parent and child workouts is getting the child to do a certain number of, like, an exercise after they've watched their parent do it, and they always get really competitive depending on the age bracket. But just that involvement and that time with the parent, they love it, absolutely love it. Redditch, okay. Started to do some treadmill sessions to raise money for a charity I support. That's amazing, awesome. So, treadmill sessions. So is that you literally, you've got a treadmill at home and you're just smashing out the yards on it, or are you doing like a group treadmill running thing? That's quite a rare. I've heard of that before, but that's quite a rare thing if it's that. There's the motivation side is a massive part of it. It's almost, I said it's a lot, so the exercise side of it, that phase is almost the easy bit. I can teach someone how to do a certain exercise. I think the hardest bit, apart from the eating side of it, is just getting the trainers on, getting out the door is half the battle. It's so, you know, I have days where I've been so, like, got lots of work to do and I haven't trained myself. It's one of the things I've noticed a lot with getting quite busy as a PT. And because years ago it used to just be a hobby and alongside a normal job, and I'd just do bits and bobs. And when I jumped to full time, I noticed my own training suffered. So motivating myself to train is one of those things. I can motivate everyone else to do it. Let's see, what's Deb saying? We should do a group thing. There's John O'Groats, Land's End. Yeah, definitely. So, one of the things I like, someone I follow on social media, who I not long ago met, actually. He did a box jump Everest. So he box jumped the height of Everest, the equivalent. I think it took him like 20 hours or something ridiculous. So yeah, transferring a thing like that into so if you could work out how many steps it is to here to, like you say, John O'Groats, Land's End, that'd be amazing. I'll be up for that as well. Deb doesn't shut up ever. That's good. Keep it coming. So, would you say you struggle with it's just the motivation to exercise, or is it something else? Is it that you've got other things? Obviously, life's quite busy and hectic. So, have you got other barriers, or are you just sitting there on the sofa going, I could go and work out, or I could just watch the TV? Both are fine, you know. One step at a time. There's going to be days where there's going to be days where you don't feel like getting out of bed. There's going to be days where you just, especially in this lockdown, I haven't really done it yet, but I'm sure there's going to be a day where I'll just I don't want to get up. I'm just going to lay here, or Netflix, or whatever. And that's okay, you know, so just make allowances for stuff. You know, it can't be perfect all the time. No one's, you know. And then, you know, some people absolutely love not doing exercise, you know. So, visit the fridge. So, the fridge is your best friend as well at the moment, I take it. It's definitely mine. Although it's a bit empty now. I need to go and shop. Yeah, so basically the eating side of it for most people is a massive hurdle. Yeah. Especially because it's like, because it's there and you've not got much else to do, so you're what they call neat. So your daily sort of steps and things like that, it's going to be lower anyway. So the energy you're expending isn't going to be as much. I've done about 1,000 steps today because I've been on the laptop all day long. The other day I did like 17,000. So it's, we all do it, we all get it where there's not much exercise being done. These barriers that keep hitting us. Is that a wine glass I see? Andy? Yeah, alcohol's a massive thing that, again, like I say, if you want to sit there and chill out on the sofa and enjoy wine, then do it. You've got to allow yourself that time. I'm Alex, by the way, if I haven't introduced myself, but I'm a PT from Northampton. I do a lot of online coaching as well, and certified nutritionist, all that sort of stuff. Alcohol's a massive thing. For one, I actually managed to cut out alcohol for a long time, and my fitness went through the roof. It's one of those things. The sheer calorie intake as well, from, they say, like drinking your calories, wine, beer, all that stuff. Just there are smarter options if that is bothering you. Instead of a pint, maybe have a JD and a Coke Zero or something. It depends on taste and stuff like that and preferences, but that's going to have a lot less calories in it than a pint of beer. So it's just balance. Beer and alcohol and wine normally lead on to other stuff as well, in regards to fridge raiding, cupboard raiding. I don't think I've ever gone out on a night out and not had a kebab or something, chips, something. I've probably done a good 2,000 calories on the way home just from the chip shop. So that says it all. Like I say, no one's perfect. No one is perfect at all. So staying motivating. So are any of you quite into your exercise normally, or is it just you feel like a bit more pressure because everyone else is doing it, you hear about all these people doing these online free workouts and video boot camps and stuff like that? Are you feeling the pressure more because even if you weren't massively into fitness, or is it something because you're locked down, you're like trapped in a cage kind of thing? Because that's two very different things. I love the gym and miss it. Okay, so that's cool. Are you keeping a similar routine? Are you getting up at the same sort of times, or are you laying in bed until like 11? Because these things make a big difference. Having a disciplined routine. You can apply that to anything. But I have a thing where I have a desk. So I literally go into another room, sit down at a desk. That's my work place. That's my work zone, if you like. So each time I'm still getting up at the same sorts of times. It's still a regular habit. You can apply that with exercise. So are you noting anything down that you are doing? Deb, what's Deb saying? So, can you give us some ideas of how we can stay active whilst it's lockdown, shizzle? What household stuff we can use if we can't get out, hit the gym, and free online resources? Okay, so, God, there's loads of different things you can do. I tell you what, if you want, you can message me directly after this, and I can send you some bits if it's going to help. But yeah, literally, like I say, set yourself little targets and challenges. I have a bench, just need other ideas rather than just chest exercises from tomorrow. Time to get up early. I'm awake so early. That's brilliant. So if your body clock is normally in that pattern, I was always quite an early riser, even before like the army days and stuff. That I was always up super early, so I get a lot done in the morning. So I can chill out in the evening, sort of thing. Doesn't always happen like that. So exercise wise, there's so many different. So there's so many different, like just using your body weight. Again, try not to use. A lot of people using. I mean, bottles of water is fine because a litre of water is a kilo, so you could use that for different things. You don't always need to load weight. You can just use body weight stuff. Try not to use, if you can help it, try not to use food. So like tins of beans and stuff. Because again, it's that out of sight, out of mind thing. If you've got food in your hand, it's going to make you hungrier. And then you're probably going to cut the workout short because you're thinking of beans and things like that. There's lots of little things that can come into it. So even just things like, so I don't know if you can see, so even just things like squatting up and down, or like standing up and sitting down in a chair, using that, working that motion. There's loads of stuff you can do. You can work on lots of ab stuff, and I'll send you some bits if you want. Just if you message me so I know you actually want it, I won't just spam this group. I'd eat the beans. Yeah, I'd probably eat the beans while doing the exercise. So yeah, it'd get lighter. Luckily, I'm quite lucky because I've got a pretty much full sort of gym setup at home. So I do take for granted I have a bench just there. I have dumbbells and stuff. So it's a 3 kilo dumbbell. Look how dilly that is. But yeah, just using household stuff. So that could be a bottle of water. That could be, even just holding something like here, close to your chest, and squatting down. That's called a goblet squat. There's so many different things you can do using that. Bicep curls, there's upper, lower body, everything. I mean, one thing I won't bore you to death with it, but one thing I've never been short of is ideas. So if you're ever needing any sort of inspiration, hit me up with stuff. I've got social media channels and a Facebook page and stuff like that you can like, and there's now that I'm doing more online stuff as well, so I'm doing more online coaching. I've even got someone in like Ohio who I've never met, so I'm going to be pumping out more and more content with videos and stuff anyway. Francesca, if we could go out more than once a day, I would do so much better, as I love walking past. Take the dogs out too, they're slow. Yeah, so I had this before when someone I was with a couple of years back, well, more than that, we had dogs, and I won't bore you with it, but I broke my back, so it took me a long time to rehab and stuff, and I couldn't walk the dogs because they'd pull too much, and one was super slow, and so I do get that. It's almost like having a gym partner who doesn't really do much or isn't that motivated, and then drags you down with them. You just gotta think of other things or do other stuff. I can literally have one of the most effective workouts in this space here. So like even just a meter squared, like I'm a bit taller than that, but 2 meters squared even. So like I said, I've done all the long runs, I've done the half marathons, I've done all that sort of stuff. There's certain body weight stuff I do that's much more effective. I don't need to disappear for 10 miles or whatever to have a good workout. I can just do effective stuff at home, and like I say, I can send you some bits. So exercise plays a massive. I mean, there's lots of things that contribute to your health, and exercise is a massive one. Sleep. How's the quality of your sleep? These are all things you can jot down as well if you want. And like I say, if you never need to, I can go over them at a later date or come back and do another one if you want me. So I have one of the things I have a diary, so I will log how my day went. I will sort of like rate your day kind of thing. Exercise, how did it go? Rate it out of 10, that sort of thing. Hydration, did I drink enough water? How was my sleep the night before? Food intake, things like that. Just evaluating how your day's gone, because you can look back and go, oh, actually, that would be why I didn't have such a good day. And chances are, all these things are hand in hand. So if you don't get a good night's sleep, you're going to be so lethargic, you're not going to eat properly, you're not going to drink properly, you're not going to want to exercise. It's a big domino effect. We do like a square metre. I'm glad someone picked up on that. My jokes are awful, by the way. As Deb would probably tell you. Well, she's normally swearing at me from doing exercise, but yeah. Mental health is a massive part of this. So again, like I just said before about how when I was injured, it felt like I was trapped in a cage. And like I said, I won't bore you with it. I had to there was a time where I couldn't stand up on my own 2 feet, things like that. So that played a massive part of my mental health. Simple things you take so much for granted. And that's probably why I do what I do now. Just, being able to tie a shoelace, not being able to do that. And then it does affect you, So being trapped indoors, being confined to your house, it can get to you. And that's, like I say, if anyone needs anyone to speak to, hit me up with messages. I get stuff from all sorts of people. That's what I do. That's what I do. Never swear. Only joking. No, very thankful to be invited on here by Deb. And yeah. So no swear. I've tried not to swear this whole time. You know how hard that is? I've been trying to hold it back. But I was a car mechanic, I was in the army. Swearing, my PT, swearing is just one of those things. So, what are your vices? Come on, guys. What are your vices? What's the thing that's holding you back? Is it chocolate cake? Is it wine? Andy? Is it your partner? Is it your partner? Is this lockdown making you evaluate whether or not you actually like who you're with? It's one of them things. These comments are amazing. What's holding you back? Is it how you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror? There's so many different barriers. I could spend hours talking at you about why someone would stop what they're doing, or they'd try something for a little bit and then they'd stop, they'd lose the love of it. There's so many barriers in the way. I'm sure if anyone, when they think of exercise, they think jogging. And especially if you're carrying a bit more excess than you need, jogging is probably the worst thing you could do. Sort of. But again, if you're overweight or, that sort of population, going and jogging is probably one of the hardest things you could do. So yes, you're going to lose faith and stop as soon as you do it. And then go, oh no, I tried that, but it wasn't for me. But you don't realise there's so many other avenues you can go down. I'm just so unnerved about the situation. Yeah, so it's the not knowing. It is the not knowing, I get that completely. Again, what I just said to my Instagram lot, is you've got to try and, how do I put this without sounding, you've got to try and distract yourself and think of the bigger picture. So, you know, again, if you're in a sort of routine or anything, it will be a lot easier to do. Keep yourself busy. Learn a new skill. You know, I was speaking to my dad earlier. He's trying to learn a new language. You know, so I've got one of my clients. She's decorating her whole house, just like repainting and stuff like that. Things she's been putting off for a long time. There's loads of different things you can try. And like, have you ever been at work and it's so nothing's happening, such a slow day, feels like it's dragging on forever? Well, that's what happens in a lockdown when you're not doing anything. You sat there, clock watching. So, and yet when you're busy, time flies, and you're like, where's that day gone? So that's one of the best things I can say. It's a long walk to the garage, best cardio you can do at home. God, there's so much you can do. If I tell you what, Andy, if you message me, I'm gonna send you a little workout, a little video, some bodyweight stuff, a lot of things on the floor, which you may or may not, I'm not sure of what your abilities are and things like that, but everything's adjustable. Whatever I do, you know, I've got all sorts of different clients and stuff anyway, so I can always adapt stuff, but there's so much I could go into. I could be on here for hours talking about different things. Another reason to get into exercising is to prove... Yeah, no, definitely. So, like I say, if you've ever been ill, or you'll sort of know what I mean by if you're trapped indoors now. If you've ever been ill, like bedbound, and you're just sort of like laying there, and it's not really productive, it's not good for you mentally, because all you're doing is thinking about it. And then a bit of psychosomatic kicks in, and not that it'll all be in your head, but when you start thinking about things, it makes it worse. So, for instance, like when I broke my back, now if I think about my back now, I can bring back that feeling of how it hurt. I could make it in my head. I could make actually, and I talk myself into it. So, and it's like watching the news at the moment is so negative, and it's just one big domino effect. So, like I say, try and keep busy. Get out for that hour at least if you can, just as a different change of scenery. Cabin fever, you can get that anywhere. I've had that at work so many times. I've just left the gym I was working in to try and find a nicer, newer one. But I would spend, one day I did, 16 hours in the same gym. And just being around, you know, done my sessions, different things, and just being in that, and I'd get out and my eyes would be burning, and it'd just be like, I've been there for so long. And you're spending this time in the house now. Alex will beast you. His workouts make me swear, but I've lost tons of weight and I can bend over and suffocate myself now. Yeah, again, fitness doesn't have to be about beasting people. But it depends how you want stuff done. Depends how you work as well, because some people... I've got one client, she literally likes me screaming at her like a drill sergeant. Whereas another one I'm thinking of would just go, no, bye. You know, again, everyone's got a different approach. And it's fun. It's quite fun trying to see where you're at. So yeah, there's not sort of... That's why a lot of these online videos and stuff, which are great, but it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. Health and fitness is not a one-size-fits-all thing. So, let's say you may find Deb may love doing something, I don't know, backflips, whatever. And handstand backflips, Deb. And whereas Andy, you might hate that. You know, Andy might have a bad knee, whereas Deb might have hurt her shoulder. So things like that. So there's always going to be things in the way as well. Personal preferences as well. You know, like I say, some people love running. Some people absolutely love running. And I used to. I do, well, I just don't really do it much anymore. Some people will hate running. There's so many different things. Lost tons of weight. Yeah, no, you're doing really well, Deb, actually. Not even just saying it. I'm going to do a little, hopefully, at some point, when we get a bit more regular with, obviously this has nosed everything up a bit, but I'm going to do a sort of client journey with you, hopefully, because I've got some good things planned for you. Some real exciting stuff. And I mean, when I had you on that leg press, that was monstrous straight away. So the ability, the potential is there. Limiting my news viewing and social media. TikTok is helping. I swept doing those with my daughter. Yeah, so I've not long made TikTok. Again, it's just because it's another platform that you've got to be on, sort of thing. Especially from a business point of view. If I'm honest, I hate social media. Absolutely hate it. It takes over your life. I've recently just reset my Instagram. I had like 3,000 followers. But that's because I was following like 5,000 people and it's taken me forever to unfollow them. But it just takes over your life. You know, like I say, I've been on the laptop all day doing stuff. I'll probably be on this most of the night. Yeah, TikTok is one of those things. It's definitely popular. And there's some fun things on there to do. Which again, it's taking your mind off stuff. It's channeling those things into. It's why people run with like headphones and stuff. It's to distract them from the my ankle hurts. That impact on the floor. I enjoy it. You enjoy all of it, Deb? Pretty sure. I want to see Deb do a backflip without swearing. Yeah, so maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there. But yeah, like I say, guys, if you've got any like questions and stuff, and even if you can't think of them now, by all means, send me a message. There's so many different things and so many different approaches. You know, Francesca may absolutely love doing some sit-ups and things like that. Andy, you know, there's other things we can do. Chest to floor things. There's ab stuff. There's bear crawls. There's so many different things that I can just throw at you straight away. If I said to you, guys, just try and do on your knees. Again, it's probably easier if I watch you doing it, but just try and do on your knees. Just try and lower yourself to the floor and working on having a press up motion and things like that. Again, it's just one tip of the iceberg. Hi Rebecca, how the devil are you? We're just talking about Deb doing backflips. Just missing out there. Hopefully she will do a live video of her doing a backflip. I'm joking. Rebecca, is there anything you're struggling with fitness-wise or motivation? Barriers, things getting in the way, you know, have you got little ones? Have you got a busy job? Are you a key worker? I've got quite a few of my clients are key workers. That's one thing I didn't touch on. They're really finding it hard to juggle everything because they're even busier now. And not having that place to go to of the gym, that's their zone. Not having that is really hard. Deb's definitely going to do some backflips. Yeah, let me know. And like I say, I've got some free bits and bobs. Let's do a live backflip. I'm up for that. I'll tell you what. I'll do one with you. Don't know if I can do them, but I'll do it with you, Deb. Just like the Snowdon thing. I'll take you there. We'll go. We'll get you up that mountain. Oh, pay to see it. There we go. Money maker. There we go. I'm loving these live things, actually. I've never really done one. I did one earlier on Instagram. I may have to start doing more of these. But yeah, like I say, guys, if any of you are on like Instagram, or you're obviously on Facebook, so if you head over to my Uphill Battle Fitness page and liking that sort of thing, following me on there, there are lots of tips and things on there. I've posted up some free sort of workout bits that you can do. Again, it's about small victories and just doing a little bit, and then that leads on to another thing, and then another thing, and another thing. So you want that domino effect, because it's so easy just to sit there and go, no, I'm just going to sit here chilling out. No, I didn't do anything yesterday, so what's the point? So it's just work on the small victories, you know. Like I say, if you lay on the floor and do any sort of exercise, and you do one of it, that's mega. That's better than you were doing yesterday. Next day, do 2. Next day, 3. You get where I'm coming from. It's all about small victories, and April was supposed to be my one of my fitness challenge months. So I'm going to postpone it a bit till May. So, and it's going to be an indoor home workout thing. So it's going to be things like where you're doing a certain amount of exercises a day, and then the next day you're doing a different amount, maybe different exercises, things like that. Just keeping you accountable. And it's that big to-do list, that sort of thing, because that's how I find a lot of people work best. But yeah, so is there any more questions, guys, before I wrap this up? Because I've rabbited on for a long time. I could run to the fridge in the morning instead of walking tomorrow's challenge. Tell you what, Francesca, why don't you try lunge walking? I don't know if you've got bad knees or anything, don't, but instead of running to the fridge or walking, or why don't you get on all fours, crawl to the fridge. Trust me, don't hate me for it. Or lunge walk, literally stepping forwards, you bear crawl to the fridge, then you've earned whatever is in the fridge, as long as you're not having everything in the fridge. But yeah, like I say, guys, if there's anything, or you can't think of it at the moment, just drop me a message, drop some stuff in the comments. I'll keep tabs on it anyway. Sounds like a regular Friday night. Yeah, so the bear crawl is normally after the alcohol. Love it. So why not practice? Why not practice before you're hammered of the crawling? Again, it's just one little idea. Why not practice, get better at that, so when you do it, when you're knackered and drunk, it'll be easier. And you won't be aching so much in the morning. It's just about consistency as well. So one of the things I've found, especially with the lockdown thing, a lot of my clients, I've not been able to see them as regularly or talk to them, like sort of get them in as a video session instead of face to face. Deb included. I've not been able to involve as much, so that consistency is dropping a little bit. So results are going to slide a little bit. That's just one of those things though, because you know they've got other bigger things to worry about, and fitness isn't the be all and end all. I'd much rather someone be fit and healthy, you know, safe, than focusing on guilt tripping themselves over not doing exercise. But yeah, like I say, guys, let me know, and if you need anything, my Instagram, Facebook, if you search Uphill Battle Fitness, I don't know if you can see that. Also, uphillbattlefitness.co.uk, there's loads of things on there at the moment that I'm putting up. I've just started a new email list you can subscribe to where I'm giving out offers and things like that. If you do go onto my Instagram, in my stories, I'm giving away, I've just come out with a 12-week home program as well. I'm not just bleating my own stuff, but I'm running a thing where I'm giving one away for free. So 12-week home program, and it's pretty in depth. Took me a while to sort out, but yeah, so I'm giving them one away for free, and all you've got to do is comment your name in the comment box on the Instagram story. But you'll see that if you follow me on there. You'll have to request to follow me because I've made a new private one because I've just reset all of it, just as a fresh start. But yeah, I've bleated on for long enough and probably not talked about half the stuff I was going to. I wrote loads of stuff down, but hey, maybe I'll come and do another one with you guys. But yeah, let me know, guys. Hope you have a good one. Stay safe as well. I say any motivation tips, anything like that you need, just hit me up. Can vouch. It's like, yeah, good. Okay, so I need to get used to speaking to a camera more as well, but that will come, I'm sure. But yeah, no, thank you for that, guys. Have a good evening. Don't be afraid to hit me up with questions. It's literally why I love what I do. So if I can help one person, it's all worth it. But yeah, awesome. Thanks for that, guys. Enjoy your wine and stuff as well. Enjoy yourself. That's one of the main things. Make sure you're enjoying yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you're not getting out of the house too much. Life goes on. But yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks.